Hello everyone, welcome to GK Today. Today's topic of discussion is revoking Russia's most favored nation trade status. So without wasting any further time, let's start the video. Recently, American President Joe Biden announced that the United States, along with the G7, the European Union, and NATO, will revoke Russia's most favored nation, that is MFN trade status. Congress has indicated it will quickly pass legislation in a bipartisan manner to revoke Russia's permanent normal trade relations, that is PNTR status, the specific US legal designation of MFN. This action follows numerous other economic sanctions on Russia in response to its invasion of Ukraine. The removal of Russia's MFN trade status follows the established Western response to the Ukraine invasion, reducing demand for and spending on Russian products, whereas prior sanctions and restrictions targeted specific individuals or sectors of the Russian economy. The removal of Russia's MFN trade status allows the West to broadly target Russia's export-oriented economy as a whole. There will also be increased cost for Western economies. The United States itself is somewhat reliant on Russian commodities such as fertilizers and base metals. The actual impact of revoking Russia's MFN or PNTR status will ultimately depend on the specific import restrictions Western nations impose in the coming days and weeks, however. Now we will understand what is most favored nation or permanent normal trade relations status. MFN is one of the central and founding principles of the World Trade Organization to which all its members adhere. Under MFN, countries cannot normally discriminate between their trading partners, grant someone a special favor such as a lower custom duty rate for one of their products, and you have to do the same for all the other WTO members. MFN can also be interpreted as not raising tariffs on imports from a specific country if you have not raised tariffs on the same imports from the other country. Permanent Normal Trade Relations, that is PNTR, is the United States legal designation of MFN, or in other words, PNTR is how the United States meets its MFN obligations as a WTO member. Now we will understand about the upcoming economic damage to Russia by revoking Russia's MFN status. By revoking its PNTR in the United States, the acting Western nations will no longer adhere to MFN when conducting trades with Russia. This will allow the United States to impose higher imports restrictions such as tariffs on Russian goods. Thus, affected Russian goods will increase in price, lose competitiveness, and ultimately sell less in the global economy. This will damage the Russian economy as it is export driven and heavily relies on foreign demand for its product. By revoking Russia's PNTR status, will either decrease or cut off the Russian economy access to US markets and demand. Now we will understand its effect to United States. The United States economy will also be impacted by this action. As with the Russian economy, the extent of the impact on the US economy will depend on the specific import targeted and the level of the import restrictions set. Import restrictions such as tariff ultimately led to higher cost borne by US producers and consumers. If the United States raises import restrictions on more heavily relied upon Russian goods such as fertilizers and certain base metals, US sectors such as agriculture, which is already undergoing inflation, will feel the pinch as well consumers. Again, the extent of the economic damage felt by all the sides will ultimately depend on the specific decisions made in the upcoming days and weeks regarding the exact imports restrictions imposed and for how long they are in effect. So that's all for the update. Thanks for watching.